everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time for another video. This time around, it is the fourth installment in my Classic Movie Month series that I've been doing, where I have you guys vote on what I watch from my classic movie unwatched pile from my collection behind me. And this week you chose Slumdog Millionaire for me to watch, and this is a movie from 2008 that somehow over the last 17 years I've escaped watching. This is a Danny Boyle film. He directed it. It was nominated for 8 Academy Awards, actually won 8 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, Best Song, Best Musical Score, and Best Sound Mixing. Pretty impressive. And the director credit actually is kind of interesting because it is listed as a Danny Boyle film, but there is a credit here. It says co-director India Loveleen Tandon, which she gets a co-director credit on IMDb, and I'm not sure what the extent of her, I don't know how much of the film was filmed in India, so I just think that's kind of interesting considering the movie takes place in India. But just thought it was worth mentioning. This stars Dev Patel and Freida Pinto. Dev Patel plays Jamal, who is a young man. At the beginning of the movie, he is 18 years old, and he is being questioned, albeit slightly in a torturous way, by some Indian police in Mumbai because they're accusing him of cheating for getting as far as he has gotten in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the India edition. They don't believe he's gotten there without cheating. How could he possibly come from the slums and know the answers to all these questions? There's no way that he could have the education to know. And then through a series of flashbacks where we see how he got the answers to these questions. And there's a little bit of a love story in there. I don't want to spoil too much. I went in completely blind, as I like to do for most movies, and I didn't even know as much as I've given to you, so I actually feel kind of guilty for spoiling as much as I have. But but probably everybody on the planet knows that much about the movie, and I didn't. And I always planned on watching this movie sometime. I just never got around to it, so thank you for voting for me to finally pick it out of my collection and watch it. I really enjoyed the premise, and I enjoyed the way they set it up. It's sort of in a non-linear fashion. He keeps flashing back to all these different scenarios that remind him of the answers that he's given in the game show. I thought the performances were fantastic all around, and that's really saying something because each character in this movie, the 3 main characters, there's Jamal, there's Latika, and then there's Jamal's brother Salim. Each character has 3 actors playing them, and they're credited in the credits as youngest, young, and older. So you see them when they're around 18, you see them when I think they're around 12, and then I think you see them when they're around maybe 8-ish. I'm not 100% sure when they're at their youngest, maybe younger than that. But universally, all of the child actors are fantastic in this. There is not, I particularly have a problem usually with child actors, as they always come off as, they don't always come off as, but they typically will come off as being too cutesy or playing to the camera or whatever, and that's not the case in this film at all. Danny Boyle got great performances from all the child actors in this film, and it really has almost a documentary type feel to it, at least in terms of the performances and the shots that you're getting that take place in the India, with the India background and all the different things that they have to go through. That's just an eye-opening depiction of what it's like in the slums of India. I have a little bit of awareness of that from other documentaries and things that I've watched in the past, and it still doesn't make it any less heartbreaking to see how these people live in India. And I was also reminded of another Dev Patel film, Monkey Man, which he wrote and directed. So you can see that this is a subject that is, maybe from his upbringing or his historical background or what. I don't know. I don't know that much about Dev Patel, but this is obviously something that is very close to him, where he wrote and directed the action movie Monkey Man that also takes place and highlights the disparity between the multi-rich or the mega rich of India and how they use religion to make money, and the terribly poor people of India who feed into that and still give their money away to religious people. That's not part of Slumdog Millionaire, but they're still showing and highlighting the disparity between the rich and the poor people. So it just reminded me of that, and it still had Dev Patel. The editing and the score, even though they won Academy Awards, I wasn't aware of that going into seeing this film, and I made a note that they were both exceptional, especially the editing. Some of the I'm not super familiar with the work of Danny Boyle other than the 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later films. I haven't seen 28 Years Later. I'm not aware. Oh, Trainspotting. I've seen Trainspotting. So yeah, I do know some of his work. But the editing and the directing is very similar to that type of stuff. It works in this context very well. The score, though, is just phenomenal. It just, again, calls to mind that disparity between what you're seeing and what you're hearing. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just very unique type of score. My only complaint about the film, if there is a complaint, is that based on what it's showing and what it's depicting, I felt the movie was a little bit too Hollywood in places. Like there's too many coincidences, and the ending probably, I mean, I understand it's a mainstream film and it's not meant to be a downer movie. Slumdog Millionaire really was an eye-opening film for how it depicted the conditions of the kids and just the people of Mumbai and India in general that live in the slums. And it just sort of had this ending that was not indicative of what really kind of happens to those people. And I thought that was sort of a, not unfortunate, but just the only complaint I have with the film. And I'm really overselling that complaint because it's not a bad film at all. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was great. Was it Best Picture of the Year material for 2008? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember what competition it was up against, but it was still a very good film, and I will rate it an 8 out of 10. I am glad I saw it. I am glad I finally crossed it off my to-be-watched list. But I don't know. I don't know that it was Best Picture material, but I am glad I watched it, and I am glad I've seen it, and I am glad that you guys suggested it to me. So I do recommend it. I do recommend you see it. It is worth watching, and there you go. That's my review of Slumdog Millionaire from 2008. So I'm not going to continue a classic movie month, but I am going to continue to have you guys vote for movies you'd like me to review on Sundays. I did put up another poll. It's some leftover movies from Classic Movie Month, so I want to get some of those out of the way, but I'm going to keep putting up polls for you guys. Let me know what you want me to watch from those polls. But I'll be throwing in things, just random movies that, I probably should have watched or want to watch, but need some motivation, a little poke to get my ass to see them. But I'm actually going to see Fantastic Four right after I record this. So I will probably do a review of that sometime in the middle of this coming week. So there you go. That's my review of Slumdog Millionaire. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for making it to this far into the video. I appreciate your attention span. And always, if you've subscribed recently, thank you very much. If you've been a long-time subscriber, thank you very much. And as always, take it easy. See ya.